Are you ready, Hulk Maniacs? Con tu cabello de ardilla muerta, pendejo. Y tus mentiras que son pura basura, pendejo. Y tus ideas que provocan miedo, pendejo. Vete al luego de donde te arrastraste. Sal con tu fascismo, te digo de la tele, pendejo. Eres capitán de un barco hundido, pendejo. La boca de solo sale lo absurdo, pendejo. Buscas la corona para ser el rey, bebé, pendejo. Vete al juego de donde te arrastraste. Sal con tu fascismo patético de la tele. Pendejo, pendejo. Make America good, not great. Make America write dream poems in the night. Make America rhyme. Make America forget to forget. Make America say, my fault. Make America stop running. Make America ungreat. Our greatness is killing us. Make America talk to the children of the people it tried to vanish. Make America talk to the animals who are almost gone. Make America listen. Make America stop commanding God to bless us. Make America let go. Make America kick a can, climb a tree, jump into waterfalls. Make America exit the ring for the first time, for the last time. They can take the rifle, we'll take the song. We were never American, we were never them. We were never he who dies with the most toys wins. Not because we are special, but because we are not. A human a gift, a bear a gift, a raven a gift, a rose a gift. We were never their American, we were never them. We were Louis Armstrong, Husker Du, Antler, the Yiddish anarchists Lower East Side. We'll take the song. They can take the rifle. They'll take Henry Ford and Rush Limbaugh. They can take anger descending a golden escalator. We've got Sitting Bull, Mavis Staples, Henry Threadgill, Harvey Milk. We've got angels. They've got Roy Cohn. We're from the other America, the one not mentioned. They can take the westward push into the oblivion sunset. Towers of buffalo skulls, the sepia sunrise, take it all, we don't want it. Take Al Capone, take the drug war, take Clint Eastwood, we don't want him. We'll take sunshine and beehives, silence on a beach. Donald Trump, a curse. Trump, the receptacle of all that is hideous and vain and stupid. Trump, the stink, the rot, the decay. Trump, the rat on the cheese. Trump, the crap on the porch. Trump, no grace, no wisdom, no life force. Trump, death walking. Trump, the rattlebrain hangover pain. Trump, ghastly. Trump, I hear his words drop like bags of manure, and fire bells inside me rumble and break. His is the cry of the ventriloquist's dummy, howling through the rose-colored broken night sky, shot through with the soot of the void inside of Trump. Trump, the skulking beast on a moonlit night. Trump, the empty box. Trump, the whimpering petulant child. Trump, no pity, no peace, no thought, no poise. Trump, no love. Trump, no mirth. Trump, the mocking laugh at the end of a journey. Trump, the chattering teeth inside of a vitrine. Trump, a can of green slime with the fun taken out. Trump, the residue of belch smoke. Trump, the gauche punchline to a hostile joke. Trump, the simp, the shit, the lost. Trump, the dim, the twitch, the dolt. Trump, the floating barge of waste. Trump, the hapless oaf. Trump, the boor and the bore. Trump, the stain and the sludge. Trump, the thing you wish you never saw. Trump, the dross and the dreck. Trump, the poison drift. Trump, the maggot king. Trump, the answer to no question. Trump, not even a question, but a regret. Borders. Capital crosses borders freely. Wars do too. Environmental chaos crosses borders freely. Marketing does too. Drugs cross borders freely. Think tank ideas, shit songs, shit movies do too. All these things and more move as soaring birds above the piss-drawn lines on maps. Only the refugee chased off of her land by drought and drug gangs, chased out of his house by hunger and threat, does not cross borders freely, is rebuffed, interrogated, confined in ice boxes, and must remain in one place as the madness descends from afar. This is called Donald into Trump. Broke down, hiding beneath the front porch. The Queen's sunlight dimly filtering through, illuminating shafts of dust, rat shit, pigeon feathers and tinfoil gun wrappers. Fred is stomping around upstairs in a three-piece suit with the Windsor knot, the jacket off. Anger concentrated in his mustache, his eyes as fierce as the pulsing flames from the pizza oven at Rosati's, where Donald would bicycle to after school in secret. His mother had been sick for years. Why would she leave her Scottish island for this? Away to the westward, I'm longing to be, where the beauties of heaven unfold by the sea, where the sweet purple heather blooms fragrant and free. On a hilltop, high above the dark island, she would sing, locked in the bedroom, fragrant and free. I'm not smart enough for him. How can I sit down and read words from school books with his eyeballs burning into the back of my head? He never stops. It's like a broken traffic light, flashing red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. Donald wants to get onto his bike with the big triangle seat and pedal to Coney Island, to Rockaway Beach, held to that big empty beach on Long Island. Maybe he could spy his mother's Scottish island from there. The waves against the rocks were loud enough to drown out Fred's voice. It was magnificent, and he felt alone but briefly free. Wheels and walls. There are some things that work. Well, you know what? A wheel works and a wall works. Donald Trump, January 2019. Wheels and walls, walls and wheels. Medieval technology's the best. Wall in the White House to protect us from him. Tattoo a burning wheel of fire on his ass. Moats and drawbridges, swords and armor. Reclaim the kingdom of our brains from the blank cloud tweets he issues like a nervous and sclerotic bird perched on the edge of a collapsing dam, while he tries to rig the wheel of fortune to land always for him. The wall of a desert death march is not enough. He wants to place an unsacred monolith rising from the sand. Countdown. We stayed up late enough to smell the bread on the wind from the factory bakery. The president is hawking beans from the White House. His smile looks like a star exploding. Men are walking into all-night gas stations and breathing onto candy bars. They'll kill you if you say a word. Vox Booker was chased into the Indiana woods. Men of my race by them. Tall, pipe fires sparking in their eyes. Their voices were lava dust and diesel, big bellies bouncing, threatening arms swinging. I didn't think the fall would look like this, the same way the nation rose up, by threatening, by killing, by lunging, then leaping into death, because dying is easier than leaving, and killing sometimes is easier than loving. Take my country. They say they are patriots and that they love their country, but they do not love its lakes or rivers or skies, or soil, or Billie Holiday, or Henry Threadgill, or Toni Morrison, or Ishmael Reed, or a gift, a kiss, a moment of unexpected kindness between two people. They do not love the accidental thought that became a poem or a melody that was forgotten later. It was so powerful, like shimmering blue sound roaring out of a cave on the California coast. They do not love the song improvised in 3/4 time on a clarinet in a subway station, or was it a stage, the Velvet Lounge perhaps, that made the listener picture a faun walking out of the forest to the edge of a meadow, covered in the mist of the morning to nibble on wildflowers. Mawata Bowden was the player's name. They say they are patriots and that they love their country, but they do not love whale song. They do not love the orcas swimming beside quite longboats that break the waves, that break the rays of the distant sun. They do not love Michael McClure, Henry Miller, Richard Brautigan. They do not love Diane DePrima. They do not love Fannie Lou Hamer. They do not love the Staple Sisters. They do not love Bob Dylan. They do not love Mr. Tambourine Man or the Byrds. They do not love Woody Guthrie or Cisco Houston. They do not love Mark Rothko. Not even the painting of his that hangs in the Art Institute and that emanates an almost unspeakable force that sometimes feels like love and that sometimes feels like loss. It is a force you can hear radiating inside of your head like song. The Tucker Carlson variations. Tucker Carlson sold his heart during a boring meeting in New York. Distant are the days when he would watch goldfinches in the 1970s La Jolla Sun before he became Tucker Carlson on TV. He seeks a replacement for his heart, but for now only has the chittering laugh of a creature reeling yellow-eyed beneath a bad moon. Or Tucker Carlson's heart was lost slowly, fading away, reducing, something vicious said for a dime, something cruel okayed in his mind, always another ladder to climb or cracked bell to chime. Tucker Carlson stays one step ahead of something he doesn't know quite what. Nothing a glib quip or droll look can't solve, he thinks. Or Tucker Carlson's heart suddenly vanished. Poof. This can't be real, he thought. Hearts just don't disappear, he thought. A guy in his living room watches Tucker Carlson on TV. Here they come, women and children marching down the dusty road, fleeing one oblivion for another, riding on the tops of trains or inside boxcars, cramped out at a border waiting, dislodged from history, like tree branches broken off and found on the river's edge. No climate failed crops, no AK-47 made in USA, no ballot box mishap, or ambitious general trained in Georgia, or coke sniffed in Manhattan. None of the marine invasions stacked up in the 20th century like a teetering tower of grenades is why this is happening. We are agents of history. We forge the new reality, though the consequences are not ours. And after each of our gestures of Odyssean will, of commerce, the line of history is cut. We are beyond the dynamic of return. This we deliver to them. It is like a gift in that way, to be more like us. We will turn them away when they arrive, thirsty and worn by the elements. Each historical moment appears in the field of time as a firefly in the night, glowing and disappearing, unbound and gone. Tucker Carlson is tearing down my father's mind. Hannity hammers holes in his heart. Laura Ingraham lays laurels of ignorance all around him. Dread brutes are they who say one thing, while they dig pits to bury the bones of the old Americans. They lead into the forest of charred tree desecration. People like my father, who barely made it out of the 1940s, sleeping 6 kids to a room, skipping rent if it had to be. Roxbury, Boston was too hot in the 40s. He made it into his 80s. Now crazy men and women yell at him in the Milwaukee's setting sun, saying they can make it right. They don't even know what happened. Pennsylvania twilight, buckling into the multiple blue arms of the guards, moments unspool across the rusted coils of his mind. Unhappy Father Grimace through a real estate mustache, a millipede climbing the side of a construction site shack, apartment towers reflected in a moonlit puddle, and the moment of the first lie. I didn't take the $5, shouted across the kitchen toward Mom by the blender. Suddenly there were two worlds, this one and the one he made up. And if they didn't believe him, it didn't matter. He would believe it, or pretend to. And this would cause some of them to change their minds. To stop wildflowers, vacuum the forests. Do they really believe this shit? The source of your pain is the workers toiling in the sun-seized fields and boiling kitchens. The world is what I say it is, he thought. It's the grand gestures I do, he thought. Accordion move arms in a boxy blue suit. Red tie like the tongue of a panting dog. A maudlin fist pumped to the air in the Pennsylvania twilight. An open letter to Donald Trump. November 16, 2020. Dear President Trump, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you ready to finally sad trombone walk yourself out of the White House? Because we are done with you. You make us weary. You do not console us. You do not comfort us. With each crude phrase you declare, with each enraged message that you tweet, it is evident that you lack even the tiniest drop of pity or the mildest feeling of concern for us. And that is why, after all of the thousands of questions you've been asked, after all of your displays of feigned victimhood, after all of your bullying and braying, your dodging and over-explaining, after the always expanding ocean of your lies, there just remains one final thing to ask you. Have you left silence? Does that word mean anything to you? It should, because silence must be your next act. Precious little time remains for you to claim at least one brief moment of redemption, one moment free from the angling for advantage, from one-upping the other guy, from forging a false reality to dominate actual lived reality. Precious little time remains for you to experience at least one human moment, however fleeting, of being vulnerable and open. For you to have just one experience not defined by a struggle for power, by a struggle, but by a struggle to listen. You must become silent and you must leave. Leave us to march on without you. You bring us down. There are many of us who've become much worse people because of you. It is time to end the charade. It's funny. Your life has actually been one long and dramatic string of endings. Marriages ended, affairs, businesses built up in a flurry of midnight energy and then collapsed under the weight of their own fraudulent nothingness. Trump University, Trump steaks, Trump hotels and casinos, the Taj Mahal, mirages. Places where magic and success were on offer and where a crass swindle was what was delivered. A sleight of hand, like games of three-card Monte without the grace and subway elegance. It may be that between the ball kicking and the number subtracting, between the sand trap and water fables, between the brash declarations of I cheat on my wives, I cheat on my taxes, you don't think I'm going to cheat at golf, when confronted on your fairway trickery, that you had a moment of the slightest intimation of a moment that approached silence and a pause in the hustle. When the sun hit your back and the light through the trees in that New Jersey wood was honeyed, tinged with something that could not be explained, by memory perhaps. This is to where you must return now, to that moment that you sought to banish from your mind as soon as it occurred. For that to happen, you have to leave the presidency. Fortunately for you, you lost the 2020 election. That fact cannot and will not change. It is a stubborn fact, immune to your gold-plated BS. You've not made America great. You've made many, many graves. Now, go.